beginning of every show. Some people say it's also shallow, but it's deep sea diving to me. This is Martin Hanlon, Ray McCoy Radio Show. KXFM, Laguna Beach, 104.7. And today, special guests are the August Madness, and we're going to go around the mics here, and we're going to do the intros of who they are, just to make sure that their mics are actually on and working. So we'll start over here. And who are you?
My name is Darren Pfeiffer, 6'2", 240 pounds. Ding, ding, ding.
Wow,
that's hold
on a second. That's a radio voice. So good, that voice.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
Wow,
sorry, no pressure on you. Next.
No, none whatsoever. My name is David Bunt.
That's a good voice.
A lean 6'1".
Right. Okay, so
ding, 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 ding.
Right, and then moving to the left is
David Collette.
That's not very convincing, David. You're usually more convincing than that.
Oh yeah. Well,
with conviction.
I'm following. These guys are hard
weight
to
and
follow.
Height. Let's start with weight and height. What's your weight?
Weight and height. I am 6'2", 182. I weighed myself yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Way too tall.
182.
We're jumping back because she's forgot to say instruments and what you do in a band, please.
I play drums and comic relief.
Oh wow. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And also I had a fair amount of idiocy.
Yeah.
He's good at three of those.
You seem
Way too modest. That's a high level of idiocy.
There was a tone to the proudness of that statement there that was to do with the idiocy.
Yeah.
The rest of it you weren't so sure. But you went for the idiocy.
And of course the drummer's the idiot in the band, right?
Hey.
Always. Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
Martin too. He's a drummer. Yeah.
Yes.
But he's not an idiot.
Not compared to you. I'm not a drummer. I was a chancer, as I say back home. Sorry, David in the middle.
I co-write the music with this guy, and
no one can see that. Maybe on Instagram they can't. This guy, guy? You said.
Oh yeah, this guy David Collette.
Oh right,
the two Davids.
Two Davids.
And funny enough, our middle names are the same too.
That is true. David Christopher ×2.
God, I can't wait to get to the music.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
we collaborate on the music together. I write some words and make noises with my mouth, and
you do some synthesizer-y stuff.
Yeah, play some synth in there. Yeah, absolutely.
And David?
And I do the guitars.
Yes, of course you do.
Yeah, and some of the synths.
And go on, you play the guitar with no pick, don't you?
I don't use a pick.
True.
No.
Okay.
Well, I grow my picks.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're made out of calcium. Yeah.
All right. So, who wants to do the intro to the first song? And the first song is a song called Afterlife.
Okay.
This is
Who wants to introduce, Darren or Dave? Yeah.
Well, you guys wrote the songs. Talk about it.
Whatever you want to say. We'll let you go with it, and then you say Afterlife.
Well, first of all, first thing I'd like to say is this isn't even released. You're about to hear it, but the only people that have heard this up until now are like the three of us.
That is true.
Yeah, and me.
And you've heard it too.
Thank you.
That's right. You got your sneak peek. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's a song called Afterlife, which we wrote a couple years ago. We actually recorded the drums and bass at Adrian Young's studio, the day before everything shut down for COVID.
Wow.
So it's been gestating
a year.
Yeah,
2 years.
2 years.
To the day almost.
Yeah. But it's a song about obsession, romantic obsession, a little sadomasochism. I don't know if it's too early in the day for that. But
No, never too early in the day for sadomasochism.
As long as you've had your coffee.
Easy for you to say. I couldn't even say it there.
Yeah.
Too early for me. Anyway, so let's go into it, because we've got a lot to talk about, but it'd be good to play some music. So
All right, blast it.
Here we go. And
go.
let's make sure that this works properly. Okay, that was Ultravox at the very end of that song. With a nice bass, low intro to Slow Motion from,
Oh, Slow Motion. That's the John Fox era.
That's the John Vox era. Good synth work. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So let's talk about the Echo Bunnyman guitar playing in there.
Well, I've been listening to him for a while.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Will Sargent. Just that whole spangly thing at the end, and the way that it's quite psychedelic, I would say.
Yeah, well, what I like about his playing is that he's not trying to be, the big macho guitar guy that has all the chops. He likes to play around with sounds and use his guitar as kind of a special effects weapon, And he does really cool sonic things. He goes where no guitarist has gone before, kind of thing. And so that's kind of an inspiring thing to do.
Absolutely, and I love the outro, because that's a good, bands.
Yeah.
And there's a modern day thing that I don't like, but it's just how things change. The Spotify thing, intros seem to have gone.
Yeah.
And outros seem to have gone.
Yeah.
And
we were just talking about that the other day, because we were talking about the Tears for Fears song, like Everybody Wants to Rule the World. We watched a video about it where the singing doesn't come in for like over a minute.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Which is rare.
I went to Belly Up not last night, night before, to see a band called Joseph. The Three Sisters. They just played acoustic. It was really good, but they do a version of Everybody Wants to Roll, and they leave out the world part.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Which was quite kind of cool. But they were really good. But the I really like the production on it. I was going to get into this a bit later, but I'll get into it now. I mean, who's responsible for that? Is it all a collab with you guys? How's it work, the production? Because going through the songs that I've heard, there's a lot of like amazing production ideas in there based on song. I hate when it's just production and not good songs, but the songs are really great, and then you've got the production which makes it even better. So how does the production work for you?
It's 90% drums. I'm not going to lie. It's really...
See, that's the different thing, you and I, because when I play drums, it's like, just put them to the back. Because I was just a TikTok drummer. I mean, you can play it, and I've got... I nod my head to you there because I've listened to your playing, and it's amazing.
Drummers are like this with each other. They're just nice to each other. Like guitarists, we fight all the time.
Yeah, drummers, I wonder why that is. You're true. It's correct. But why?
You guys are like the golden retrievers.
You want me to break it down for you, Dan? I can break it down for you. So,
yes, please.
No one wants to hear a drummer on their own, right? So we have to figure out how to get on to people. So we do that. We're good at it, right? We also have to learn how to get our gear, which is the toughest gear to move around about. So we get into the transport thing. So we end up being that kind of mother or father to the band. Whereas the guitar players and the singers get to be selfish. We won't say the word after that. Because it's all about them.
Yeah,
it's always.
And that's a gigantic problem, if I may, in the August Madness. Like David Collette, always showing up late, and doesn't know his parts, and he's like, whatever.
So here's a question: we should just do
it's like
this show should just be.
He's a problem.
Should just be you and I. But anyway, does the singer does he suffer from the LSD, like the lead singer's disease?
Yeah, and Bunce.
Oh yeah,
David Bunce comes in later than Collette.
No.
With like 3 girls on him, reeking of whiskey.
Yeah. And here's the thing about
Here's
the thing about the lead singer's disease. The first sign of it is the lead singer doesn't know he has it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're unaware.
LSD.
Unaware.
Well, are you aware now, Dave?
I am.
Do you have it?
This whole thing is just one intervention.
You know what? He's got it, but he's asymptomatic.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got it, but he's
It's a long
asymptomatic.
way to go to tell me.
That's a good way to put
And
it.
I have to bring it back to music. So, David Bunce, you have to
If you don't
explain.
mind, I'll
you have to
fill that-
explain this. I made my piece. Go on.
Absolutely. Well, I Made My Piece is a perfect example. I started the demo, wrote the basic chord
10 years ago,
progressions,
maybe,
which
or
is,
something?
10 years ago.
Wow.
And it's a 3-chord progression, which repeats over and over.
A loop, yeah.
But, I give the demo to David Collette, and he puts it through his brain, and it turns into this narcotic Technicolor swirly thing.
Right.
And that has sort of become the process for the August Madness.
So what was it? Can I ask you about the basis of the lyric then? I made my piece, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. It's I guess it's more romantic drama.
Right.
I'm over it.
The narrator is telling his former lover that, I'm good.
Right.
over it.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
You hit the road. I'm good. I've made peace with myself. But the twist is he's actually lying
Bitter.
to himself.
There's bitterness in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah.
Of course.
We're cool.
I'm over
but
it,
we're
man,
not
but
cool.
I am
Yeah.
still. I'm better.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be bitter about how I'm over it. But I'm
Yeah.
over it.
It's like you're a
That's
Celtic
it.
fan, you're a Ranger fan. We're
Oh,
cool,
wow.
but
We're on it already.
we're not cool.
No, yes, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, I think, and only from experience, of course, that everybody lives that lie. Because it's easier to do that than it is to say, oh, look, I really love you and I'm vulnerable. Hey, I'm being honest. And then you take that. I think people give up on the love far too easy.
That's true. Now we're getting into deep love talk.
Yes.
This is the deep diving we were
Deep
talking
love
about.
talk.
Remember
So,
from the opening song, the deep dive.
That is it. So let's go into the music because we could talk forever.
Yeah.
The
All right.
music's important. So, okay, this is the August Madness, and the song is I Made My Peace. Very nice, thank you. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Applaud yourselves. So,
that one actually gets released to the public on Friday, I think, right, Darren?
Right. Friday the 18th, I believe the date.
Yeah, so it'll be on Spotify and iTunes and everything.
Wherever you consume digital music.
And then what's your own website stuff? What's your, if they're looking for you on Instagram, Twitter, and website and stuff, what's the heads up?
The website is theaugustmadness.com.
Right.
Instagram is @theaugustmadness. And Twitter is theaugmadness.
The AUG.
The AUG.
The AUG Madness.
Yeah.
Someone has the August Madness on Twitter.
So how do you make the decision of what song to release? How does that come about?
Sort of what's ready first.
Right, okay.
And then
necessity.
And then fist fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fist fights.
A few black eyes later, we got it figured out.
Yeah.
So there's one missing, isn't there? Because there's only 3 of you here.
When we play live, there's 5 of us.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about the other 2, because let's not be selfish, okay? Let's send out the love.
Yeah, one of them, John Paul,
Right.
is he's currently in Colorado flying planes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so hi, John Paul, from the air.
Right,
If you're in the air, we're saying hi to you.
Yeah. Because they're sitting around going, I hope they mention me, because I hope they love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy that's been sitting in on bass for us is Alexis Gonzalez.
Right.
So he's not really a member, but he's been sort of the
Oh, wow. Sorry, Alexis. I thought he was going to be kinder than that.
Yeah.
And that's why I
No, but
asked
he's
him.
an old friend of mine who's
Well, he was an old friend of yours.
no, but he's played with my Smiths tribute band a few times. He's subbed on bass, and he plays in a Cure tribute. So I've known him for like 20 years, and so he's been helping out with this, and he's a real solid, really great bass player. In fact, we were in the studio with him yesterday, laying down 4 new tracks.
Nice.
So he's been there to help us along, but he's busy and doesn't want to be fully committed. So.
All right. Here's quiz time. I don't think you can be in this quiz, David. What's the music in the background you can hear?
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
Oh, there you go. But anyway, moving on. Well, we're going to go on to...
well, whatever it is, it's relaxing.
Okay. We'll
I
get
like
to that
it.
later.
I almost started rubbing your back.
But you do know what it is, don't you, David?
Well, rub my back.
I don't.
You don't
say you're
know
going to
what
rub
it
my
is,
back.
So that was the song that is coming out on Friday, which was I Made My Peace. And the song we're going to go to now is a song called Spark. So what's the story behind that, and when did that come out, and when can people get that?
Spark came out on our debut EP, which came out a couple years ago. It's actually one of the first tunes that David and I worked on together.
I came over to your place in San Diego, and you had like a bass part only, I think, or maybe with a like a loopy drum thing.
A drum loop, yeah.
And I heard the bass part, bum 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 bum, and I thought, wow, that's it needs stuff on top of it. But I heard the bass lick alone, and that got me
possibilities.
Yeah. So I said, send that over to me, and we started
the first experiment in Dave's sort of alchemy. He's taking these semi-structured ideas and blowing them up.
He's a talented guitar player. He's tall. He's slim. Reasonably handsome. He's very annoying.
Wow, ask him for his phone number.
I do.
No, but it is. It's just very
send him some flowers.
But Darren, something you said earlier on, because it was like my tribute band, and he uses my doesn't it?
I need mine.
Yeah.
I was watching the Beatles documentary.
And then I thought, good. I found a trait about him I don't like, because he's like he's walking around there too tall. Don't like that. Far too tall.
Yeah. All right, enough about myself then.
Can we play the song?
Yeah. Let's go into the song.
Let's do it. Yeah. This is Spark.
I believe in connection. I believe how it's done. I believe I can be much more than another 0 and 1. When everything is digital, everything is so absurd. I believe in the rain song. I believe in one love. I believe like a rolling stone. All the music from up above. Drums are pounding on the floor. Sweetest sound I ever heard.
Well, that song,
yes,
Spark by the August Madness off of Action at a Distance, wherever you consume digital music, available right now. Yes. It just makes me feel like I don't smoke.
Yes.
I don't do drugs. I had a phase, but not anymore. But when I hear that song, I'm like, where the hell is my weed?
Yeah.
I need to smoke weed right now.
I'm the same as you, because I used to do drugs when I was younger, and I don't do anything that's been a long time because I'm not a young man anymore, or alcohol, which I never liked to taste of. But when I was going through my acid phase when I was 17.
I had an acid phase.
I was listening to Brian Eno's Another Green World. And the music in the background is Brian Eno from the Apollo and Atmosphere soundtrack. And I look at my iTunes or whatever every year, and this is the #1 song that I play. Is a song called Always Returning, which I adore. Love it. It's like,
if I may, how long was your acid phase?
It wasn't really that long. I'd say maybe it'd been a year.
It's about a year and a half.
Yeah, and it's like, mostly bass rhyme music and going to shows and stuff like that. But I mean, a lot listen to records. And Eno's, especially Another Green World is a great record to listen to.
Perfect.
So we're going to, that was Spark, which again, I love the fact that you really embrace outros, which is brilliant. Also, it's like, that thing you've just been recording when you go in and go, this is the structure of the song and this is what we're going to do. And then I always think the outro always allows everybody in the band to just be a wee bit more free.
Yeah, less structure. There's no chorus coming up. There's no bridge that you got to worry about. It's just, you can kind of noodle your way out of the song a little bit.
And you never know what comes out. When we used to record, when I was in the Silencers, we had a producer called Flood, who did Depeche and U2. He was a good friend of mine. I met him when I went to London. And we used to do it on 2-inch tape. And he would run the 2-inch tape, and we'd put in a 808 drum machine through into the studio. Like really loud.
TR-808, the drum machine.
Yeah, so that was the groove. Everybody knew that was the tempo. And he'd say, just play the track 2 or 3 times. Just go on, finish it, start again, and do whatever. And then and it was great. It was like rehearsing and having fun, but he was recording as it was expensive.
Wow.
But it was a great way to record, and he was really good for us for
like a click track almost.
Endings are really important because it's the last thing the listener has on their brain as they walk away from a song.
Yeah, and also I think, you're talking about like even drum licks at the end, and a great example of that is Gary Newman's Cars. Because none of the drum rolls happen till the end of the song.
But yeah, totally. Lead the listener with something that makes them want more. Or makes them fall in love with the song.
Away, you're like, no.
So I don't know why I love this, but I love it.
So in the process of making music, if you don't answer this individually, what do you enjoy the most of being in a band and making music? What's the thing that really gets you going, that you always look forward to?
Well, I would say for me personally, I mean, I've spent a lot of time writing and producing music by myself.
Right.
Which is, my most enjoyable thing in life and my drug of choice.
Right.
But once I was able to play music and feel the energy of 4 other guys.
As a collective,
it just blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest experience.
What were you done?
Drinking with these guys.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Songs are great, whatever, but the drinking. Again, the camaraderie. The great camaraderie. And I mean, you've been in a band, we've all been in bands, and sometimes it works out, like the August Madness, and sometimes it does not work out.
Yes.
You're in bands and you're like, and you're playing great shows, and you're doing tours, and it's just like, this sucks, and this guy is and that guy always has his girlfriend around, and she's giving opinions about songwriting, That sounds familiar, doesn't it? You're talking about the Beatles. But anyway, so sometimes band dynamics are just not quite there, although the success is. August Madness, we're building this slowly, brick by brick. The success is coming, but the camaraderie is off the charts.
Yeah. And David Collette?
Yeah. Oh, I love playing music with people. In fact, once in a while we consider maybe I should play, the bass part on one of the songs or something. I don't want to because I like collaborating with other people. I like the sound of how other people play.
Yes, absolutely.
To me, you can hear when something is all done by one person, and you can tell when it's done by multiple people. And I like the multiple people's sound better.
Right.
The multiple collaboration. More brains is better for me. So that's the fun part is the collaboration.
So I'll share something with you, Dan. You'll love this. My decision to leave my band, because of what you said, happened 3 songs into a live set at Wembley Stadium.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh,
do you know how you set the compression and the limiters on your drums and all that for that? Yeah. The sound guy come back and said, "What happened in the third song? Because you just weren't triggering anything." He says, "You just stopped playing. Like you were playing, but you weren't playing the way you normally." I goes, "Yeah, I'm leaving."
Wow.
You left during the set?
That's when my decision was made. 3 songs into the set.
But then you finished
the set, yeah. And I was like, front of like 85.
All right. I thought you walked away after 3 songs.
No.
Threw the sticks in the air.
You know, but that was history's ever done.
That was a decision made because of what you talked about, because of situations with other people in the band, and it's something, and putting a band together, like you say, it's almost like having a marriage, except there's 2 or 3 other people involved, and you really put your whole life into it, and that's what people like about your music, because they can feel that. Mm-hmm. And then for us, it was like, to me, it was like, oh, we're not doing that anymore, and it's because of this situation. And I'm like, we're always going to be a support band, and we're not going anywhere, and I think I'm going to go.
Yeah, people have no idea. I mean, listening to this show right now, online or in their cars, what it's like to be in a band. Most of the time, it's great. But there are some times where it's not. But the August Madness, these guys, these songs, this journey we're going on, has been nothing but joyful. It's been great, and that's really, rare.
Yeah, but that's why you end up really doing it, and that's why you persevere and you move through those things, and you end up writing the music that you write, and people get it. And
also, the drinking is great. Great drinking buddies.
David Collette, could you introduce? We're getting into or telling a little bit about how the West was won.
Yeah. Well, this is another one that was that Dave started, I don't know, 10 years ago probably or more. It was like you had a demo that was like really, really old. Yeah. And it was real kind of EDM and kind of techno. And you sent it. I loved the melody and everything. So it was just another one something he started way before we were working together. Yeah. And it was just, he dug it out of his vault and threw it at me. He dug a lot of stuff out of the old vault and threw it at me. And this was one that I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. So we turned it into this kind of, how would you call it? Sort of, it's got a little bit of a...
I think we were calling it some psychedelic disco.
Yeah, it's got a little disco, psychedelic. Yeah. It's kind of uncategorizable, but maybe you should play it and let it speak for itself.
Here we go. Yeah. The West was won.
Medicated soul.
know.
So there's a big sign in the studio that says absolutely no swearing.
Yes. And your point is, Darren?
Yeah. It just keeps making me want to swear.
Well,
like, I'm not gonna.
Well, you know what?
But you know what? I want to.
Should be sitting right over there.
You know, good thing it's facing you. You have the best view of it.
Maybe they put that there because of me.
Yeah.
They knew I was coming in.
It's facing you.
Yeah. I won't swear. I won't.
That's
swear.
like when someone says, "Oh, like this guy, don't mention his hair or his wig or whatever," and all you can think of is like every word that comes into your mouth is something to do with me. You like it, just the stumbling block there.
No, I've heard that before. I worked at radio for a little while, and I did interviews with bands, and publicists and managers would email us the day before and go, "This band's coming in. Don't talk about the singer's recent divorce, or the drummer got arrested for this. Don't. So of course I'm like, so the arrest. If you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna do it. Of course. Don't press that button. I'm pressing the button.
Well, it's like as the bands get successful and using it as well, where just the people that get between you and them, and then how they all have to keep their jobs going and the stuff that they come up with to it's madness. I just couldn't stand it. Hated it.
Yeah. It's August Madness.
It's August Madness. There you go. That was a drum roll and a pun at the same time.
I do that all day long.
Just killing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Back to the music. We're going to go to Astronaut Love Triangle.
Astronaut Love Triangle.
Yeah, explain yourself there, please.
Good story. Good story here.
You know, there's this is inspired by a true crazy story.
Right.
Do you remember, Martin? There was a real life love triangle.
What year is this?
Yeah.
I want to say mid 2000s, something like that.
Right.
Where there were 3 astronauts involved in a hot and heavy love triangle.
Wow.
And one of the women involved drove from Houston to Florida, from Space Center to Space Center, to confront her romantic rival. But she was so hell-bent on getting there quick that she wore adult diapers so she wouldn't have to pull over to use the loo.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and that's love.
It's very, very apt that we have the Apollo soundtrack in the background.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's love.
Wow.
I guess they just made a movie about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What took so long?
I don't
That's a genius story.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That is-
So you
you
decided
just-
to write a song about
You just read it and you went for it.
Well, I
yeah.
always thought Astronaut Love Triangle is either a great song title or band name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So as we talked about the Bill Drummond thing earlier on, looking for band names.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I thought I was kind of like leaning towards, I thought you were going to do the whole David Bowie Man Who Fell to Earth thing, that movie.
Oh,
Well, David Bowie was into outer space. We're kind of into outer space.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're running low on love here. We're flying on auxiliary power. Pain. We're racing from our pain of here. At 20,000 miles an hour. Without a
top 3 favourite bands then? Starting with Darren over here.
My favourite band of all time?
Yes.
Would be the Smiths, and the Beatles would be a close second.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go The Police,
right,
for sure, and early U2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Colette?
Echo and the Bunnymen for me. Yeah.
Do you not have a 2 though?
I have lots of 2s. Actually, I have lots of 1s.
Yeah.
Or 1.1. I've got lots of those. That's a long list.
Same here.
Wow. Yeah, the Smiths. Yeah, for us, I put the Silencers together because of the Smiths.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Combination of
a lot of people.
You're saying that it's watching U2 on TV when I came off a tour from Germany with another band and seen them playing Pride in the Name of Love.
Yeah.
And then going, oh, okay, and this is what I should do after 10 years of thinking it was great in a band that was brilliant, and it wasn't. And then I sat down and I wrote it all down on a piece of paper, and the Smiths come up and it's, the way, just that sound of the guitars and stuff like that. And then we talked about it earlier, and then from that, writing that down and saying I'm going to do it, and then making the calls to the people I wanted to be in the band. Less than 2 years we were opening on the Joshua Tree tour.
Wow.
Which was
a dream come true.
But that was like 10 years of failure though, that, it wasn't like, overnight success. No band's an overnight success,
Wow.
And, interesting. So Smiths, I get. Echo and the Bunnymen I knew. The Police was the one I wasn't expecting. What is
big
it
time,
about
big
that
time.
for you?
We went to high school together, by the way,
Yeah.
back in the 80s. And he, even back then, every day was like,
Police.
The Police.
So what was it about the Police for you?
Well, The Police started for me, I had to go backwards. I was 12 years old when Synchronicity came out, and I was on a cross-country drive with my family, and the radio station played Every Breath You Take every 10 minutes, and we listened to that from Nebraska in the middle of the country to California.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with The Police, even though I thought it was Men at Work that I was listening to. But I fell in love with The Police, and then I backed up and got to know the musicianship, especially Stuart Copeland, who just blows my mind.
Yeah.
And the songwriting of Staying in the Plane of Andy Summers. That catalyzed my whole interest in music.
Pushing through the music, because we only got a couple more tracks on. Going on to the next one, we're going to go REM song Driver 8. Somebody want to take this one up?
This was our pandemic project, one of our pandemic projects. So we did, it was done for the purpose of doing a video.
Oh, that's Darren's phone. Let's just fess up there.
Yeah.
Rookie move.
Yeah.
Rookie move.
Yeah, and that whole radio thing. Did they not have mobile phones when you were doing radio back in the day? Is that what the deal was?
They did, but they were muted.
Right, okay. Sorry, David, you were saying.
Pre-pandemic, when we were just starting to get some shows getting played and stuff, we threw in a cover. So we did REM's Driver 8. Fun song, right? Great song. And so when we couldn't play anymore, we decided during the pandemic to go ahead and record it in our home studios, and then make this little YouTube video where we're all sort of shown, recorded on our iPhones. And so this is the audio for it. So this is our little tribute to REM.
Walls are built of stone by stone. The feet's divided one by one. And that train conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. We've been on this shift too long. And that train conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. We can reach our destination. Still a ways away, but we're still a ways away. Saw a treehouse on the outskirts of the fog. Power lines have floated so the airplanes won't get snagged. The bells are ringing through the town again. The children look up, all they hear sky blue bells ringing. And that train conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. field to weed is looking tin. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver, take a break. We've been on this ship too long. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver, take a break. To reach our destination, still a ways away, still a ways away, still a ways away, still a ways away.
Thank you for coming in. We're run out of time.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm taking the sound down and so we can talk about it. And I
Thank you for
apologise
inviting
that.
us.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But it's good. So Dan saved me.
Yeah.
But
You're welcome.
Twice.
Drummer on drummer.
Thank you.
Live right there. That's what
Thank
that is.
you.
You're welcome.
We're going to do it again, please.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We'll be here tomorrow morning.
Let me know when the
First
album's
thing.
out. So up next, Jimmy Alvarez, stick around, and we're going out with the remainder of Lights Down Low. Thank you very much, guys.
Everything has changed in the blink of an eye. Slow, we make it last. We are not afraid of the ghost from the past. This will be the day our house becomes a home. This is what we'll say with the lights down low. Scars on my face. Met the wrong people in the wrong place. It's hard, 'cause you know we have built a monument on top of the ruins. This will be the day our house becomes a home. This is what we'll say with the lights down low. This found me